Hey, it's autotips.ca coming to you with another video. Today we're going to be talking about a misfire. You know, whenever you have a check engine light, car is misfiring. That's just the heat, you know. We got to get it hot in here. It's negative 27 today here in Canada. Usually it doesn't get that cold. So today we're going to be talking about a misfire. We have some codes here just to show you guys. You got a random misfire, you know, and then you got cylinder number 1. So you got code 300, which is a random misfire. And then you got 301, 303, 304. So usually when you get these codes, it's a cause for concern because you're gonna have down the road more issues, especially with the catalytic converter. You're gonna have unburned gas going through. If that's the cause, you know, like that's what we're gonna be discussing on this Toyota Matrix. So we have a random misfire, which is code 300, P0300. That's just like, and then after that is throw in 301, 303, and 304. So it could be your coils, it could be the spark plugs. That's what we're gonna be looking at on this car, you know. Whenever you have a check engine light that's flashing, that's telling you you have to stop driving because you got a raw gas going into your exhaust system, which is gonna damage other components of the machine, you know? Like a catalytic converter is one of them, which can plug it, and eventually the car is not gonna be moving, you know? So hopefully this is gonna save you guys some money. That's what Auto Tips is all about. So make sure always subscribe to the channel to get fresh videos. Let's do this. Get this thing out of the way. So down here we got the spark plugs, you know. Those are the ignition wires. So you got always, this is in front of the engine down here. So you got cylinder number 1, 2, 3, 4, you know. So in that case, we got random misfire, like they're all randomly misfiring. And then you have cylinder number 1 is telling us, which is 301. And then there is a 303, which is this one, and a 304. And then it's saying a primary circuit as well. So we're gonna have to disconnect those wires. We gotta take these ignition wires out here, okay? And then I gotta have to move those wires. So I gotta move the coils out. Got a 10 mil socket. Take the coil. Make sure you put the coils on the right spot, you know? So we're looking at this coil. So it's always good to leave it on the same spot. We're gonna move this one here. Whenever you get something like that, you have those connection for the fuel rail, you could just move those. We got another one here. This is probably one of the easiest job to do on these cars, but it goes too far, you know. It will save you a lot of gas and it'll protect your other parts properly too, like a catalytic converter and stuff. So before we look at the spark plug, we have to blow the cylinders to make sure there's no dirt that will go inside the engine. So what we do is we get a rag down here, make sure nothing will go in. So you got 5/8 here socket, special socket with a plastic inside here to protect the spark plug. So the spark plugs are not one fit all, so every car has its own specs for the spark plug. So for that, you have to ask the dealer or look at your owner's manual. That's a good thing too. So you can see here, the spark plug had better days. Yeah, definitely it's not good. And then when you look down here too, like you got the exhaust sipping through it. So definitely we have to throw 4 plugs of those. So that's what we have to put in. So just to kind of show you the difference between the new and old. See how this has been around the block. And these are what the new one looks like. Make sure you don't over torque it because they can break, you know. Always follow the specifications. And you don't want to take the spark plug out when the engine is hot too, because this is aluminum head, you can warp. Like this is the same thing. It's really bad. Yeah, it was running very rich. So now we're gonna put the new one. Just gotta go a little bit with that. That's it. It's just hand tight. Some of them they recommend 7-foot torque, but like I said, every spark plug is different, so they're all nice and tight. Now we're gonna put number 4 back. 3 here, 2, and then 1. And this car is ready to go. Another 150,000 kilometers, because that's what usually it takes about 100,000 kilometers to do those spark plugs. You don't have to do them all the time. But basically, that's what a tune-up on this car. You don't need to do the ignition wires. Doesn't have one. It's like individual coils in each cylinder, so they don't have all that distributor ignition wires, unless you're reviving something really old, you know. So that's what the new tune-up is. You can look at your filter. We did that last week on this